Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. Palmistry. I'm Mystic Cassandria. Today we start with the fate line. I'll give you more information than you had received before, and we'll follow our same procedure of looking at examples of the illustrations. I want to tell people who are new to the channel, just join in. It's not a difficult lesson to learn, but you're into the area where we're talking about your career line. Okay, and this is our first day. So this is a great time to be joining. I encourage you to give a thumbs up, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Okay, so let's get started. So here we have on your check sheet information about what's going on with this line. So you'll know what the line means, what it's called, and so forth. All right. At the top headline, the Line of Saturn. That's its true name because it's named after the finger where this line goes, right up to the finger, and that's your middle finger right here, Saturn. Okay. It can be called, of course, we all know it as the fate line, or it can be called destiny line, and there are a few other names here. But let's get started. The fate line. This line is easily the most difficult major line to identify, as it's so varied in information. It's not like the lifeline. You know where it's going, what it's going to look like. It always wraps around the thumb. But this one doesn't do that. Okay. It's often called the life path line, as it gives us a sense of character and direction. It's quite normal for this line to be only partially present until a person is in their 20s or even as early as their 30s. It can start from somewhere in the middle of the palm, or from the lifeline, or from within the lunar area. It always moves vertically up the center of the palm and ends below the middle finger. That's the Saturn finger. This is how you'll recognize it. The fate line shows how clearly your character is defined and how much energy you put into your personal goals and beliefs. So since it's quite a bit to cover, we will just leave this alone and take the first example. You are looking at what we refer to as the ideal fate line, how ideally it should look, or I guess you might say you would want it to look. Okay, the line of fate is directly concerned with the way we see our path through life. It is a balance, a pivot, as it runs straight up the hand from the wrist to the base of the middle finger. In some cases, the line extends to the bottom of the flange, this area of the finger. And that's right into it here. Okay? Okay. The many forms and variations of this line have given rise to a whole host of different names for it. So, stay tuned. You may be hearing it called the line of awareness, the career line, the destiny line, the environment line, duty line, and of course, we tend to go right back to the Saturn line. This line governs your ambitions, but these may be limited to the degree of faith in yourself and faith in your abilities. It relates to the feeling of inner satisfaction at the results of our efforts to achieve personal aims. So we're looking at the ideal form, where the fate line starts at the base of the palm, at the wrist point, and goes straight up. That's ideally. Okay? It is common to find fate lines that are broken and interrupted, or that change direction several times along the course. So if we can just use our imagination, we started here and maybe something came up, so we want to start one here. Or maybe we want to be more connected to the lifeline. It just has so many. And anyway, I will be showing you these examples. All right, now back to this line. The long, strong, it is strong, straight line, fate line, running from the base up to the middle finger, shows someone well-balanced, straightforward in their dealings with the world. They tend to follow a well-defined career path and have a great sense of what is right and what is wrong. It shows early maturity and a person with a backbone. A straight line will avoid extreme behavior and will walk a straight path in life. So this says a lot about you as a person. And of course, we can tell by the line itself. It's straight, it's strong. It's like the person started at an early age, what they wanted to do, how they wanted to be in the future, and they headed for that. Staying focused. So that's what it's all about. Can you stay focused? Okay, so let's move on to our next one. Here we have the fate line starting in the lunar. And I gave you an example of how it may look. Here you have clear, well-defined, and it continues, but the line is a little thinner, like they're not sure, or it could be a number of things that cause a little weakness in the line. Here, starting again, it's a little weak. All right, we'll get into weak lines shortly. All right, now if the line starts in the lunar, that's of course the moon area, all of this area. It marks a personality opposed to traditional values and who wants work and a lifestyle that is about working with people, even in engaging the deeper emotions and drawing on their creativity. Usually a line from the lunar area marks a life that is distinctly 9 to 5. Okay, but another way to look at it, when the line is here, it's by choice. You make the decision to do that, and it seems to be service-oriented, where you do help others. Okay, and right in this area is creativity. That's your imagination, your creativity, of course, and your intuition right in this area. Okay, so let's go on. And here's another one. Now, I gave you 2 examples. This is how it could look. The fate line is attached to the lifeline. It's coming from the lifeline. It can be inside, or it can just touch from here. It can start about this area, or it can start here. So these are 2 possibilities. And they know this line knows where to head. It always goes vertically. It's always going to this line, this finger, or it can come over here. All right, we'll be getting into why is that the case. Okay, so if the line begins joined to the lifeline, it indicates a life path based on parental expectation or security and the need to provide for the family. This means spending a long time in training and in university. The drive is to work in large companies, corporations, and public bodies where security, a good pension, and job stability are highly prioritized. Sounds very much of what your parents would expect of you. They would want you to have the best. So they have it all mapped up for you, or they know exactly what they want you to do. And I'm sure that sounds kind of familiar. When you start in this area, you moving away from that. This is your decision. Okay, interesting how it is. All right, let's move on to one more. Okay, here we have the fate line two examples. And here we have the fate line is only present from the point halfway up the palm. It starts here and it continues up. Or it can start here, up. It can start just a little lower, but it never starts down here. It starts from the center. Okay, this shows someone who discovers themselves and their life path midlife, and this will always mean major positive life changes. They will always say that this is when they work up or first discover themselves. Okay, so that's what's happening here. The line will always be straight. It's like they take this much time to make up their mind, or maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. All right, it's an interesting one. Okay, we're going to end here, and we'll have more next week. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the rest of your holiday. Well, love yourself, love and light. Bye.